In a small town in western Pennsylvania, New Wilmington, lives a high school football coach who is known throughout the town. Head coach Terry Verrelli has not only turned around a down football program, but has inspired his players and the community as a whole.
We enjoy each other's company so much. If I had to describe Coach Verrelli in one word, I think the first word that would pop into my mind would be, I guess I got to go with maybe 2 or 3 words, but genuine, sincere, class. I think those are the 3 words that best describe him. He does everything with sincerity. He is a 100% genuine person. He conducts himself and this program with class every step of the way.
One word to describe Coach Verrelli, I probably have to use, he's pretty determined. Determined would be good words because he always wants to win, but he always wants to find a way to win. In practice, we're always going hard and trying to find a way to get better. In games, he's always trying to use a good strategy.
I remember thinking as a player, hey, if we lost a game, the team was better than us. It was never that we were underprepared.
Coach Verrelli was always real fun to play with. He was always messing around with us, but he was always serious at the same time. He kept us in line a lot, but he could joke around with us a lot.
We probably weren't the most disciplined team before he took over, and he instilled a lot of discipline on the team.
My senior year, I played middle linebacker. He coached the middle linebackers, which was great. We had a lot of fun at practice. We had some fun schemes defensively. I remember one week we were playing a team that ran 5 wide receivers, so he would give me the responsibility to call some blitzes and check some coverages based on the formation the offense came out in, and I just really valued the fact that he trusted me so much to let me make those decisions. That was great.
It's a lot of fun. He certainly is a great coach, knows what he's doing, but we've known each other for so long, we have a lot of fun too.
It's been a great learning experience to have somebody that I respect so much as a person to learn from. Has been a great thing for somebody like me that's a young coach.
Coach Verrelli is often known for his unique voice. I asked each interviewee to do their best impersonation of Coach.
Jeez.
Let's go, you guys!
Favorite Verrelli impersonation was when we won the W Powell Championship my senior year. He got off the bus and looked right at the camera and he goes, "We're #1, baby."
#1, baby. Yeah.
I even gave Coach Verrelli an opportunity to fire back at these guys.
I don't know. You know something? I don't do that very often with impressions of anyone, and I know that the kids, everybody, just with my voice alone, they like to get on me, but I don't know that I have any impressions of those guys,
So the real question is, what got Coach Verrelli into coaching?
Well, what got me into coaching was I was played sports in high school and really enjoyed it, and really wanted to try and continue that. So when I went to college, I wanted to be a teacher, and that fit right in with coaching. So when I went to college for teaching, so I could coach also, and that's really what got me into it. When I graduated, I was looking for a job. Wilmington had an opening. They were looking for somebody to coach basketball, and so I applied for the job and got the job. I didn't really know where Wilmington was, but I needed a job like anybody who graduates, and they hired me, and that's where it started. My first year as a head coach, it's always an exciting year. It's your ideas and you have to run the show, but I don't know, it goes back pretty far then. Try and remember, I know that I enjoyed it, but when you first begin, you make a lot of mistakes, and you grow from there.
Coaching for 33 years, Coach Verrelli has coached many generations of families, including fathers and sons. One example is assistant coach Dave Welch and his 2 sons.
It's so funny that, you know, the traits carry over, and you know, they're very alike, very competitive as their father was, and you know, I think that they respect the program coming in. The kids do, you know, if the father did, and you know, they come in with the right attitude and the right backing. You know, if you had a sour taste, you know, that's a different story. Usually they don't even come out, but. Yeah, it's enjoyable, to be honest with you. My first year in '78, Coach Welch was, and I've had, you know, both of his boys, you know, play for me.
When I played for him, you weren't even allowed to take your helmet off ever. You know, and matter of fact, there was a kid got thrown off the team for, not for he had his helmet up, and then it created a further incident and he got booted off the team. But now, you know, he's certainly not as strict with that kind of stuff.
Many players live for Friday night football games, but for Coach Verrelli, practices are more enjoyable than the games.
Practice is my forte. That's what I enjoy the most, because that's where you can actually, in a game, I can't go out there and say, look, I told you, you know, practice you can, and you know, you teach them and work with them, and that's the part I really enjoy. That's where you set everything up and develop the game plan, and I enjoy it more than, you know, game night is, I just tell them, you don't coach game night. You coach the days before that, and you know, you're a spectator more or less Friday night.
During practice, we ran a play, and he started screaming at all of us, and we were all really confused, and we just stood there and looked at him. And he was telling us what to do on like every position, what to do, and then everybody on the team told him that that was the play we were running. And he went over and sat on the bench. Coach Verrelli has made me a better person overall. When I was a sophomore, he came in the locker room, told me to come in his office, and that was the first time he told me that I had a chance of playing that year. And then my junior year, same thing. I had a chance of starting. In my senior year, he taught me about being a captain. He shows you how to be a leader. He shows you how to lead by example and not to talk down to your other players, and just like treat everybody equally. And he taught me how to just be an overall better person. He made me the person I am today.
I've learned how to treat people. I watch the way that he interacts with others and the way he cares about others, and to me, that's what separates him from other head coaches. You know, every decision he makes, everything he does, he's always got the kids' #1 interest at heart. He's always got his assistant coach's #1 interest at heart. I think that's probably the biggest thing that he's taught me, is that the way that you interact with people matters, and there's a right way to treat people. So I think that's what I've learned most about him, really as a person and from coaching with him.
I sat down with 2 opposing head football coaches, Paul Picarelli and Guy Gibbs, on their take on Coach Verrelli and the program he has developed at Wilmington.
Yeah, I think Terry's one of the most consistent, detailed, prepared coaches I've ever met. I think his players become not only better football players, but I think they become better individuals for having known them. And I think Terry's a better human being than he is a coach, and you would almost have to be with putting up with Mitchell Tree's jokes all those years.
I had the privilege to coach against Coach Terry Verrelli and his football team, the Wilmington Greyhounds. Each year we played the Hounds, we faced a team that was fundamentally sound, disciplined, and it was always like just a good, clean football game. If I had to describe Wilmington football led by Coach Verrelli in 2 words, those words would be first class. When I think about Western Pennsylvania, if there was such a category of successful high school football programs, I believe you'd find Wilmington at the very top. That's mainly because of their head man, Coach Verrelli.
Besides teaching players new plays and formations, Coach Verrelli believes a coach has the power to influence their lives in a positive way.
As a coach, you know, you're always around these kids. You have, you know, some control over them, and because of the situation is simply playing, you know, and so you have the opportunity to talk to them about certain things, problems that they're having, or problems that they're getting into or could get into, because they'll listen to you. And I think every head coach needs to understand that situation. You have some power, and use it the right way. So you know, that's what I try to do. If I can help a kid in some way, that's what I want to do, because you do have that power.
Besides being a prolific football coach, Coach Verrelli had a passion for teaching in the classroom. Coach Welch and Jason McFarland talk about what Coach Verrelli was like in the classroom and out.
He was a pretty good teacher. It got, you know how his voice is. It got bad. It would put so many kids to sleep.
Both my sons have had him as a teacher, and they said that he repeats things and goes over stuff ad nauseum until there's no way you can't remember the material, because he just goes over and over and over and over it.
Some of the kids in the grade above me said that he used to spit a lot when he talked. And actually one girl, when I was in 7th grade, brought in an umbrella and had an umbrella and held it in the front seat just so she would get spit on him. And I don't think he was very happy about that. But I liked him as a teacher. He was a good guy.
They always laugh about his fat ass jokes and cracks, but yeah, they really enjoyed Coach Verrelli.
Like, he's like any teacher you see out of school, they're just different. And I think seeing him out of school, you actually got to see the real side of him. And he's just like, he's a real funny, down-to-earth guy, and just like likes to have fun with being a high school football coach. And it's not just all serious. And he really never gets mad at anybody. He's real calm. He's like the perfect old man to have coaching your team. He just knows how to work with kids so well.
Having a prolific career as a head football coach could not occur without support from your wife. Coach Verrelli's wife, Carney, is the reason why Coach has been coaching for so many years.
For a head coach to be as successful as Coach Verrelli is, I think that would be impossible without a supportive wife. And I think Carney is extremely supportive of Coach V.
And without having Carney be supportive, there's no way you could do that.
I don't think there couldn't be any person more perfect for the situation he was in with coaching and being in school all day and all that kind of stuff.
Well, to be honest with you, my wife is probably the reason that I've lasted this long. A lot of coaches don't last because of family situation. It takes a lot of time, and she's been great, you know, at that situation, understanding that I have a job to do and I'll be away most of football season. So, you know, the fact that she's accepted that, jumped in and become part of it has allowed me to, you know, continue as long as I have.
Mrs. Verrelli describes how she has been able to support Coach Verrelli despite the long hours he is away from home.
It's not perfect. It can't be, because there's so many hours that he spends away from us. But I think when you love somebody and you believe in what they are doing is right and it's rewarding, and that others will benefit from it, that makes it worth it.
Coach talks about what Mrs. Verrelli was like back in the day and how they both met.
Well, you know, she was outgoing, you know, good looking, so, you know, and just like any guy, you go around chasing a good looking girl, you know. Cooper will love that, and Mitch, but, you know, we just started going out, and you know, one thing led to another. We kept dating and eventually got married.
I'm from Wichita, Kansas, and I did meet another fellow from New Wilmington area. He was stationed in the Air Force, and he brought me back here, and I love this area. I'd never been back east before, and so I decided that I would quit my teaching job there and move this direction. He had completed the Air Force. And he introduced me to all these people. In fact, he introduced me to Terry at Isley's that one Saturday morning at coffee. And then my friend moved on. He came back this way and he moved on, and Terry and I started playing tennis together, and just meeting at local friend's house, and we started dating, and I think I married him a year later. I think that his heart is right here in this community, and I'm not saying that he could never generate that kind of closeness and admiration anywhere else. I just think that he put so much energy into it that I think that that's where he wants to end it, and doesn't want to start over again. And this does leave a soft place in his heart because it's where he started. It's his first teaching job, and he just has a mutual respect for everyone that he has worked with, every parent that he has, gotten to know. And I think that's a very, sensitive part of him, and I think that's where he wants to leave it.
Mrs. Verrelli describes the best part about Coach Verrelli, the coach, and Terry, the father.
Really good sense of humor, and he's very interested in a lot of things. He's easy to talk to, and but he's very sincere, that sincere part of him, how he wants to make such a difference in the educational world. And sports happens to be his forte, and football is that sport. And he just wants to show the kids that you work hard, you stay focused, you follow through, and good things happen. And don't put your sights on winning the game until you've done the work and put the time in. He's a great husband, he's a great grandfather. He loves his grandson, spends time with him and shows him all the tricks of the trade, so to speak. Great father. So that's Terry Verrelli. He's just fun to be around, and I think a lot of people like to be around him.
Coaching for over 3 decades, it is difficult to choose one game as his most memorable. However, the 87 and 88 WPIAL championships, the game of the decade versus Sharon, and the road to the 2008 state championships are memories that will last forever.
Our first big win was at Three Rivers Stadium, and we won the WPIAL championship back in '87. We were just building a program, and fortunate enough to have a great team. Coach Cooper, who's coaching for me now, was a senior on that team, and we won the WPIAL championship. And at that time in '88, that's as far as you could go. There was no state championship, and to play there and to win that was obviously the most exciting moment. And then the very next year, we went back and we won it again. The one game we had with Sharon was an unbelievable game.
Guys, again! Yes! Yes! This is one champion! Take it around! Take it around! Get up there right beside them.
and the BIAA championship game to be held next Friday, December 13th in Hershey. Congratulations to Wilmington. Congratulations to the Eloquent Equips.
We go into the ship. We go into the ship.
Fake it to Maples, keeping himself, coming near side. Can they hit him? No! He got in! I don't think he got in! He's down! Wilmington wins it! Wilmington has won the state championship! Oh my goodness gracious! 2008 is the year of the Greyhounds! And the golden football is coming to the city of New Wilmington! The Greyhounds have done it! They have beaten West Catholic in double OT! The Hound Hammer! They hold!